Hey, Dr. Breerwood, how are you today?
Very good, Ms. Harris. How are you?
Great, awesome, awesome. So I just wanted to meet with you today and kind of reflect back with you over the past 20 years of your time here at Pearl River Community College. We're a few months out from you taking the office of president. And like I said, I just wanted to reflect back over your time here. Very specifically, though, I wanted to talk about the impact that Dr. William Lewis had on you as an administrator and the impact he will have on you as you take office. So can you tell me a little bit about how you would describe Dr. Lewis's leadership style?
Well, sure. You know, when I think about the past 20 years, it's hard to think about it without the impact that Dr. Lewis had in my life, professionally and personally. He's been a friend and a mentor and somebody that I've always been able to trust, somebody that I've always been able to share information with, somebody that I've always felt like genuinely cared about me. And so to have the opportunity to follow him, to continue his legacy, and to really build upon his legacy is something that I take great honor and pride in doing.
Great, awesome. How do you think that you will take that leadership style and use it, like I said, when you take office, and how will it impact your role here at the college?
Well, people view Dr. Lewis, and I don't think he is very stoic, and he is certainly presidential. If you think of the term presidential, you automatically think of Dr. Lewis. Dr. Lewis is funny. Dr. Lewis can tell you a good story. Dr. Lewis is very down to earth. And so I think that I've learned a lot about him, not only in public but behind the scenes. And it's the same. He understands the environment. He understands how to handle himself. He understands how to always represent our institution to the highest of standards. And so those are some of the things that I've picked up on. The responsibility of being the president all the time, not just when it's convenient. And so those characteristics, those aspects of his leadership, I certainly understand. More importantly, I've watched him over the years put our students first under any circumstance. He's always the first one to be here. He's the last one to leave. He's taught me tremendous work ethic. He's taught me about the expectations of serving the college in this capacity. And so I think there's a lot of things that I'll never be able to duplicate what Dr. Lewis has done, but I'll certainly try to emulate a lot of his characteristics. And I believe it to be the foundation for my presidency.
Awesome. Dr. Breerwood, can you describe or tell me about a time, a moment, a story that you feel like really impacted Dr. Lewis's tenure here at Pearl River Community College? And both of you guys working as administrators together. Can you tell me about that moment or that time, and how you will use it to guide you? Wow,
there's been so many stories over the years where I've seen him display, outstanding leadership skills, but I would have to say that the Friday before Katrina, we were walking out of the building, and I remember he turned and looked at me and said, "Hey, I'm going to give you a call this weekend. We need to keep our eye on the storm." And I really, at that point, we both thought very, very slim chance of Katrina impacting our campus. And then obviously, a couple days later, here we are. I talked to him as soon as the storm passed, and I could hear a sense of urgency in his voice. I knew that the damage to campus was pretty severe, but I also sensed that he was the perfect guy to pull us through this time. And so he had sent me home with my family, which I was just a couple of miles away from campus, and he stayed on campus. And so I made my way back to campus a couple days later. It really took us a day or two to get back, and I drove up and I found him in front of his house, and he was raking. And he said, I'm going to clean my spot that I can control right now. And he had a look in his eye, he had a determination in his eye that if he had to, he was going to clean the campus by himself. And immediately I realized that this is the man that can not only take us back from such devastation, but can make us a bigger and brighter campus. And he's done just that. So as somebody like myself who has been here with him for 17 years and 20 years in general, that moment spoke volumes to me. That moment where he was out there in shorts and a t-shirt and a hat and a rake in his hand, 72 hours after a storm that really devastated our campus, and said, I would appreciate everybody getting on board with me, but if I have to do it by myself, that's what I'm going to do.
Right.
That sums up Dr. William Lewis to me.
Right. So much more than just a president, but a person that cared about this college so much. So,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Embraced the responsibility of being the president during that time.
Right. Great. I wanted to ask you too, for our students really, when you take the office July 1st, you know, you become president, what would you like to pass on to the students? What advice would you give maybe, you know, to students that are maybe looking to get into, you know, higher education or education in general, or just any aspect? You know, what advice would you give them?
You know, I would say the most important advice is be part of something bigger. I think I want our students to understand that when they're on our campus, there's a sense of responsibility to not only themselves but to our college in general. You know, we talk a lot about the Wildcat Way and pride, respect, and class and character. I want people to understand the level of expectations on what it is to go to college, how blessed that they are, and really their responsibility to help us build our history and our tradition, right, and really create the culture of our campus. And if everybody would take that responsibility, what a special place we would have.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, thank you, Dr. Breerwood. We are very appreciative of all the hard work and dedication that Dr. William Lewis has provided for this campus, and we're excited to see what the future holds. We know that it's in great hands with you.
Thank you.